welcome back for another episode of Beyond Legendary. So let's go take a look at our starting squad over here. We've got Bonsai Warrior, our Hell Knight. We've also got our Technician over here, Thackboy. You'll be in charge of flamethrowers and rockets. We have our Skirmisher over here. You guys know what a Skirmisher does, except this one is going to lean a little bit more towards explosives. Also got our Geneva class over here. Multiple forms of status ailments using our Immolator, as well as things like toxic shrapnel rockets and regular rockets. We have our Hijacker over here, stealth and really good hack stat, and the ability to permanently take control of enemy drones and mechs. Alright then, let's begin moving forward. We'll start with our Skirmisher, I think, and we'll just try to peek over this ledge over there.
Fine.
I think I saw something down there. We did see something down there. There's an Advent Pathfinder and a Pathfinder Hunter. Those guys are very bulky and hard to deal with. I want to first get some vision on them so I know whether or not I'm walking into them or not. Start with Bonsai Warrior here. Get some vision. I want to make sure that I'm not stepping onto like a revealed tile here. There we go. And now we can get the rest of our squad up here. Set up our rocket launcher person. We have our Hijacker. There's nothing mechanical over there, so I might just keep the Hijacker in stealth. I could have the Hijacker initiate with the disposable rocket launcher also, but since the Hijacker has the Phantom ability, I'm going to try and keep the Hijacker in stealth.
Moving on target location.
Then finally we have our Technician over here, our Technical. I'm gonna pop the Technical up here. And ooh, why are you running that way? I get revealed by a civilian like this, I'll be very upset. Alright, good thing we didn't get revealed there. I gotta pay more attention to the path that my soldiers take sometimes, otherwise they'll end up moving in ways that possibly get us revealed and hurt unnecessarily. Now then, let's begin by dealing some damage to this group using the Toxic Shrapnel Rockets. I like this as our starting move here.
I'll slice you into 1,000 pieces as you watch with horror.
All of them are organic and... Okay, Basti. I don't think you need to go that far, but we are able to inflict a lot of bleed and poison against these guys.
Kill them all. Don't let a single one of them escape.
Now, even if they end up not dying, they will have lowered accuracy from all the poison. So that is a good thing for us. Now then, how do we want to follow up with this? Since they're taking at least 1 damage tick from each of these debuffs, I just need to deal 3 damage to the Trooper, 2 damage to the Pathfinder, and 4 damage to the Hunter. How do we make that happen? I'm thinking the Flamethrower from the Technical should be enough to take care of these two. Then it's just a matter of whether or not I have enough output to get rid of that Pathfinder Hunter. Let's start by dropping Thackboy down here though and seeing if we can get our Flamethrower going. There we go, Flamethrower just like that. And these two should be dealt with. Beautiful work. Then all that's left now is to deal with that Pathfinder up there. I'm gonna drop a Dredaya down to here and just try to toss a grenade on top of him. Just like that. And maybe get some damage off on that tree. Not bad. Vaporize that tree's base completely. Alright, can we follow this up with just a little bit more damage perhaps, somehow? Damage seems like it'll be a little bit tough to land from here though. We're pretty far away and our shotgunner will not really be able to do much with that. That's alright, we'll just bring Reed up to here and just put him onto shield mode. Or not Reed, I'm sorry, Bonsai Warrior. I'm just so used to Reed being all of my Hell Knights. We're gonna do shield mode right there, that's gonna give you minus 30 defense, so his shots are most likely gonna be able to land against you, so he'll be targeting you, which is okay for us because you'll have a whole bunch of shielding right there. Let's click right there. And now we have a hack over here. This is a pretty good pickup. We'll pick that up on the way out. When we're right about here, we should be able to do that hack safely. And I think I will try to get the small alloy cache.
I'm on the move.
We'll use Derek Let to just kind of scout forward. Try to see if there's anything else up there at the front of the map. There is, okay. Good thing we're scouting with Derek. Should have scouted with him first at the beginning of the turn, I think, but I wanted to make sure that I wasn't planning on using his rocket. This guy is suffering from the worst day of his life ever. Ouch. Okay, that guy's not quite dead, but the burn will kill him next round. We got some war crimes going on here, it seems. These guys definitely heard that rocket that we shot earlier, so here they come. Unfortunately, we won't be able to affect the Sectoid Abjurer very effectively. This is one of the stronger tank units in the early game for the enemy forces, but we should be able to take care of him with raw damage from our other guys. What that Pathfinder does. Bit of damage on our Hell Knight, but once again, our Hell Knight is there for the tanking job. That's pretty good. If I can just get off like one more point of damage, we should be able to kill this fellow off. I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll have you in charge of dealing with this Pathfinder Hunter. Let's get your Dia all the way up here. Drop you right there. Finish this fellow off. Nice work.
You peed yourself.
Now we do have the hit and run ability. I'm not within range to throw any explosives though. I'll probably just put you maybe back up here or something. Let me first figure out what I want to do with these guys up here though. We do have the ability to swap with someone. I don't know if that's going to be particularly helpful in this instance though. I think it might be in our best interest to just have you tank for the team. We have our flamethrower person here, but you're immune to the flamethrower, and I can't reach that duelist and rub in the back. Turns a little bit difficult here. We could maybe shoot a rocket against that duelist, and then maybe also destroy the cover on the Abjurer. Let's start with that. See how effective this is. And there we go. So, this guy's exposed. Got a little bit of damage on that duelist. Doesn't feel particularly helpful here, though. Since we're not killing the Sectoid this round, at the very least let's try to get rid of the duelist here. Excellent shot, not bad. Then after that, maybe we bring our Hell Knight a little bit closer forward. Try to get a shot off against that Sectoid, although none of these shots are really doing it for us, is it?
Alright, I'll go.
At best we can get up to here to get that Sectoid, but that's only at 50%. Instead, what we'll do is we'll just flashbang these guys. Oh, civilians, cover your eyes. It's gonna hurt. I'm gonna keep you in stealth for now. And this fella over here actually does get a shot on the Abjurer, but your accuracy just isn't really good right now. I think instead of taking that shot, what we're going to do is we're just going to run Dredaya all the way back in. Hooper back there is finally going to succumb to that poison. I really love the Warcrime rockets, they're really fun. Here comes an acid spit from that guy. Our Hell Knight is immune though. Our Hell Knight also has the Fortress ability just like the Sectoid Abjurers. Now then, how do we get rid of this Sectoid down here? What's the easiest way to do so? We can go for a Shield Bash, that'll do a decent amount of damage, respectable. That might be what we do actually. And then everyone else will focus on killing the Grub, since their effects won't really be hurting that Abjurer there. Watch out for that civilian. Bosky might need to go do some anger counseling. He seems to be very not okay. That boy's gonna move up. I could attack the Sectoid with you, or let's actually finish off the Grub this round. Don't kill the civilians, please. Bit of damage over there, and we should be able to finish it off, maybe. I'm gonna use another AP grenade just to guarantee it. I don't trust the rest of our team to actually get this kill. Oh goodness, it's still alive. Alright, but I did want to use the suppression on this guy because I just realized that we have improved suppression. Our suppressions will maintain disorient and keep him suppressed. That is a massive accuracy debuff. Look at that. He's only got 30% accuracy now. That's just too good to pass up. Then after that, I'm going to run the Hell Knight all the way up and try to finish that thing off. It's currently burned, but it can also regenerate, and I'm not sure if the regeneration happens before the burn or not. I'm just going to try to finish it off right now. There we go. Good job to Bonsai. Our Hell Knight is still stuck here for a little while longer. Or not Hell Knight, our Hijacker. That's alright. Forgive me if I'm jumbling my words a bit. I am recording a bunch of videos back to back right now. So I've actually been sitting here for like past 3 hours or so, doing video editing and all that other stuff. Okay, this sectoid is all right up in our faces. Unfortunately, I can't run to a flank and get him because I was out of ammo, but I can take this shot. Can everyone else finish this guy off? I think we can.
I don't see why not.
Start by getting a bit of damage on this guy.
He's probably okay.
Give him a little chop to the back. That Ripjack Slash is going to do a lot. Not bad. Not enough for a kill, though. We just need one more hit for a kill, and that is going to go to our Hell Knight over here. There we go. Finally got rid of that guy. Darklet is now no longer being suppressed by that guy's vision radius. We can actually stealth forward and grab some loot here.
I have it. It would seem Advent has begun deploying their so-called priests.
Alright, we've got some phase drones here, and this will be our first time seeing the Advent priest, actually.
Psionic energy they may have once possessed.
So, the phase drone is kind of like the regular drone. It gets access to moving target and zone of control in Beyond Legendary. What's different about it is that it gets the ability to phase through obstacles. So this thing can walk through walls. You can't hide from it. And it also comes with micro missiles, so it's capable of shooting explosives, and it can mark targets. Very annoying enemy type. We'll start off with a full override against one of these guys. I actually prefer the other type of drone. The stun drones are actually a little bit more valuable than the phase drones, just because stuns are just so strong. I could shoot this rocket. I think I'm going to shoot it. Before I shoot that, though, let's just talk about the priest for a bit. The Advent priest is very tanky. It's got like 10 HP, and on Beyond Legendary, that's because they come with the hazmat vest. So they're immune to fire, acid, and poison, very similarly to the sectoid Abjurer, but not explosives, so at the very least we've got that going for us. They also have access to the Brawler ability, making it so that they take a lot less damage from point blank. They're very tanky and very hard to kill, comboed with sustain, and they just don't go down very easily. If they land a mind control, it can be really, really annoying getting rid of that. And also, they pretty much almost always get one stun off in every fight just because they're so hard to take care of. Now, if I'm going to start this round, I think we start off with the full override here and just try to take control of something. The phase drone is fine. I'd like to get the other drone if possible, though. So maybe we shoot the rocket for some damage first. Hopefully that's not close enough to hurt these guys. Beautiful damage right there. And they should all be active now. Bit of lag over there, but we can now go for the hack on the surveillance drone. Try to get this guy, and then we'll take care of the phase drone and try our best to get rid of the priest. We'll probably survive this round, though, just because he's an Advent priest. 60% chance to perma-control this thing. And we got it! Nice work! Ooh, nice near-max roll there.
We're good to go.
Alright, surveillance drone is ours now. We did hit it with a full override, so this isn't the usual hack that you guys might be used to. This is the perma-hack that we've been talking about. We get to take this guy back home with us, and he'll be with us for the rest of the mission too. Even if this guy gets killed, stunned, or mind-controlled. Finish off that drone. Excellent work. Oh, apparently I had ended my turn. I didn't even realize that. Okay, he's just gonna go for a little stun there, though. Should be good here. Taking a little bit of damage. Ouch. Oh, this guy was completely flanked! Didn't even realize that. Alright, well that's medbay time for you because I wasn't paying attention. Now then, let's get rid of this Advent Priest. We'll start by just getting right behind him and giving him a nice little stun to the back of the head. Or maybe a disorient. Stun or disorient? I'll go for the stun. This is the last group of enemies on the map, so I might as well just go for the stun. It's okay if it goes on cooldown or not, or whatnot. Then after that, we need to get rid of the priest, and what we'll do to get rid of the priest is we'll put him out into the middle of nowhere over here with a nice little swap. Perfect. Now we can just finish this guy off. Let's do that with our
I don't see why not.
Skirmisher over here. Give him a nice little revenge attack against this fellow.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Now, I'm not going to kill him this round, because if I kill him this round, he'll probably go into stasis and the stun will wear off. So rather than do that, I'm going to just use this time to run up to the objective with Derek Lett. Everyone else will just keep an eye on this guy over here. Next round we'll go for the kill. Okay then, let's go for the kill here. A little bit of damage. He's got that brawler perk, so we don't want to get too close to him, but I do want to make sure that I at least have accuracy against him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 tiles away is where brawler doesn't trigger anymore. I don't like the accuracy though. There we go, we got him. I believe if you overkill them with enough damage, their sustain doesn't go off. It's like a percentage chance based on that, I think. I could be wrong, so somebody correct me if I'm wrong about that. Okay then, now you guys get ready to do some hacking. I think we could do the hacking from over here. Walk all the way inside of there. Next round we'll hack these guys and we can go home. Evac zone is right back there, so why don't we secure the evac zone with the rest of our squad. Make sure that these guys can make it out safely. And as long as everyone here can make it out of here, that should be good.
Fine.
There we go. Open the door and let's do the hack.
System infiltration in progress.
Now over here you guys will see that there is a very high chance of getting this common PCS, but for the most part I don't really use these and they'll be sold for like 5 supplies. So I should really be going for the large alien alloy cache. There's a 38% chance on it. Let me see if there's a slightly better one over here. There is variation between these hacks. Yeah, this one's a little bit better.
Accessing system.
There's 43% on this. There's some variance, so it could be different from 43%. Let's say 43% though, good. Oh, so close. That would have been so nice to get that. That would have been like 20 alloys added into our resource cache. Oh well. Let's get these guys to go home. Come on back, you guys. There's a bit of a bug where sometimes it doesn't let us do their same moves together at the same time until after the first guy has moved. There we go. Everybody else just keep on running back. I don't think we'll end up having to deal with reinforcements this round. Or next round, rather.
Overwatch.
Oh, I should have started running you back. A mistake.
Slow and steady.
Explorando.
Yep, reinforcements not yet. Soon, though. Don't want to wait here for too long. Start getting these drones all the way back. These little guys over here should be making it out within the next round. Bonsai can make it out. Everyone else over here is just going to be overwatching and covering the escape route.
You can depend on me.
I'm on it.
We move pretty fast, so I don't think we'll have to worry about the Doom reinforcements. Yeah, we're getting a lot of time here. Now, let's keep in mind, we do want to do this lamppost hack before we leave. So once I get up to here with Derek, we'll go for that last hack. Meanwhile, let's grab all of our VIPs. Send these guys home first. Including our drone, I guess.
Status confirmed. We've secured
There we
a
go.
civilian contact.
Now that we've created some space up there, we should be able to get the rest of our squad out. Almost a flawless mission.
Money to be expended.
Unfortunately, I didn't keep track of my turns properly, and Gradaya over there took a little bit of a hit. Ooh, why is it suddenly saying alien activity? Oh, there's a bug where if you full override a drone, it'll suddenly act like there's enemies on the map again. I don't believe we have any issues here, though.
Roger that.
Alright, so before we evac, we gotta do the hack next round. Yeah, there's not actually another enemy on the map.
Got friends.
It's just not registering the drone as properly evac.
Bypassing security.
Okay, before we leave though, can we grab a little bit of extra stuff here? Some alloys perhaps? Ah, oh, no alloys, alright, fine. We got the full override on the drone, that was our good luck all used up, I guess. Let's get out of here, guys.
I'm out of here.
Once again, another good mission.
Status
And we'll
confirmed.
see you guys back in the
Accomplished.
strategy layer. Alright then, here we are back at base.
Finding success in the field.
Got a little rank up for this person, they'll also be out for 8 whole days, ouch. 8 whole days, unfortunate. But we got some more rebels in this region, that is something we really badly needed.
We're getting thin on manpower, Commander.
Let's go make sure that
We
those
should check
rebels
with
are set to
Resistance
work.
HQ for new recruits.
Maybe take a look at our brand new rookie. It's very, very good that we got these guys here. Let's set them all onto intel so we can keep on looking for good missions. Oh, I can't put you guys into advising yet. I think there was a mission that needed to be done.
Nearby. You would do well to distance yourself from these feckless creatures.
And apologies for all the lag, guys. My PC is starting to get a bit old here. But here we are. Let's go load up a squad for this mission. It's extract VIP from city, so there is no need for a hacker on this mission. We'll just bring in some people that are good at killing. The Geneva class has been doing pretty well. I don't think I need the Dragoon either. I can bring in maybe the Hell Knight. We got a couple of people that are tired, so I might need to just bring in some hackers, mostly just to fill in spaces here. I could also try bringing in some rookies, which wouldn't hurt either. This rookie over here is pretty fast, I think. 14 mobility. Yeah, this is a 17 mobility rookie, so you're pretty fast. I should probably find something to train you into using the GTS. In terms of soldiers, I don't want to overburden my technical for 7 days if I can help it. Maybe for this mission, we'll bring in our hijacker. This is a revealed start type mission, so we'll just use the hijacker as sort of a stealth unit to just try to lead our team through this mission. That will bring a Fusilier, and finally one more person. I might need to just bring in the Dragoon. This does go into 87%, so we can't actually get a 100% infiltration on this thing, unfortunately. I could spend 30 intel to boost it, but I would rather not if I could help it. I don't know if there's any way we can actually get this to 100% though. Let me take a look. If I start unequipping our people with loadout, I want to see if it's possible to get this maybe up to, maybe up to like 90%. Yeah, we can get this a little bit better if we just start unequipping our guys. I don't know how effective that is going to be though. We can get this up to 94%. That's as good as we can get it, I think. We'll do this at 94%. If we're lucky, this will be enough to bring it down to minimal. If not, I'll consider whether or not I need to boost it. This team is decently strong, so it's not like they're weak or anything like that. And I think they should be able to handle it, even if it is at 10 to 12 enemies. Alright, let's get you guys out there. And there goes the Bradford Ranger.
Sky Ranger
Menace, ready to deploy.
Okay, after that, we're going to continue scanning over here. For the most part, I think most of the activity is happening up there. The vigilance in here is so high, Advent really is just like on high alert over there. Let's keep on scanning in this region right now. Try to find maybe a supply convoy headed in there. That would be really, really nice. Got a guy trained up over here. Let's go take a look at him. So this is our first shinobi, possibly? Take a look. Yes, I believe this is our very first shinobi. Let's go take a look at their perks here. Now, the shinobi class is a original Long War 2 class. It specializes in swords and stealth, and it can also carry a vast array of frontline weapons, actually. Not frontline weapons, but mid-range weapons. So it's capable of carrying an assault rifle, a shotgun, as well as the SMG for higher mobility, and it can carry all variations of those weapons too, so the hunting shotgun and all that other stuff. For the most part, you treat the sword as their primary weapon, and the SMG is kind of just there to give them more mobility and stealthiness. Their main goal is to really just stealth around, and then when they have to, they can pop out and start chopping things. In Beyond Legendary and Ted Jam, they come with 2 stealth perks over here. So they've got Covert, which is 25% smaller detection range, and they also come with Lightfoot, which is another 20% reduction. This is incredibly powerful, and if you have the right setup on these guys, they can become virtually undetectable. So, yeah, like, they nerfed the Reaper class a bunch because they were like, oh man, it's too OP if there's a class that can just, like, stealth throughout the entire mission. And then they allow the Shinobi to get away with this, which is kind of funny. But when it comes to the Shinobi build, this is my preferred way to build them. Something like this. Something like that. You can do some mixing and matching with different perks. But why don't we go through their perks a little bit. So the first one over here is going to be Phantom. Soldier is concealed even when the rest of the squad gets revealed. Fleisch. Attack any enemy within movement range with your sword. Deals +1 damage for every 4 tiles between your starting position and target. Now, this is a lot of damage. You wouldn't think it, but when you chop things from across the map, you can like get one-shot levels of damage, even against enemies in Beyond Legendary, which is quite rare. So this is a class that can actually kill things in one hit. Very often, actually. They also have a basic slash if you don't have a need to be running around. There's a little bit of a difference between these two perks that really shines when you're in close quarters. You get to slash twice if an enemy starts their turn right next to you. And also, with Fleisch, you have to slash from a diagonal when trying to get around certain pieces of full cover. With Slash, though, you can actually slash directly through a wall if it's only, like, paper thin. So that's another detail that we have to keep in mind. But yeah, let's go through their equipment over here. Standard loadout, and they've got their sword over here. Does 3 to 5 damage, about as much damage as an assault rifle. The damage goes off once you start factoring in Fleisch, of course. Preferred weapon is SMG just for the mobility, but if you do have some sort of special unique build on these guys, you can opt to take things like shotguns on them. In fact, they're also one of the better users of pistols too, so you can do stuff with that too. Now then, over here they have the Covert ability, 25% smaller detection range, self-explanatory, very stealthy. Impulse, ranged attacks gain 10 aim and 10 crit chance when you have moved this turn. This is for the sort of flanker hit and run type build. I think their SMG build's a bit weak, although it does get decently stronger as you start picking up some of their perks. But if you are going to do a shooting build with them, a really good build tends to be the pistol build, and I'll explain a little bit more about that as we go on. Blade Master, if you want to do full swords, they're very good at full swording, and Blade Master is an excellent first pick. The bonus accuracy helps you get those 100% accurate slashes where you won't have those in the early game sometimes because soldiers tend to have really low aim then. And +1 damage to get those guaranteed kills. Next up we got Surprise. Deal +2 damage while concealed and +1 damage while flanking your target. This is kind of the thing that you would be picking on sort of the pistol build or the SMG shooter build. You don't really need the bonus +2 damage from concealment with your sword. You would probably prefer to take Cutthroat and just bypass all their armor. Bypassing armor is essentially more damage in a sense. And this also gives you +15 critical chance. If you have a bunch of crit stats over here, I would actually recommend going bottom row. For example, if you picked up Aggression or something that just increases your crit chance, because you can actually very easily reach like 50%, 60% crit chance with swords, and those swords do so much critical damage that it's just really good if you can set something like that up. But more importantly though, they probably want Shadow Step. The only time you don't take Shadow Step is if they get something like Lightning Reflexes or you have some other ways of avoiding Overwatch. Otherwise you definitely want to have Shadow Step. Up here we got Lightfoot, +3 mobility and harder to detect. The +3 mobility is really good for this class. It boosts their flash damage by a lot if you're able to get the running slice in. So yeah, I would probably recommend taking this even for the sword build. Reposition, once per turn gain an additional move after taking a shot at a flanked or exposed target. Good for the shooter build if you wanted to do something like that, guerrilla warfare and all that stuff. And finally combatives. I've mentioned this I think in a previous video about the details of combatives, but it's basically nowhere near as strong as it used to be. Back when it was just Long War II, you could use this against mutons by just parking this guy next to any melee attacker and then they would just always attack them. And you would just keep counterattacking them over and over again. Unfortunately, not really the case anymore. A lot of the AI has changed and they've gotten new abilities, so combatives has pretty much been made not reliable, and the reliability was kind of the important thing that you had with combatives. Alright, next perk over here, you get Fade. Fade is concealment that's broken if you move, but if you stay still you won't get revealed, which might seem kind of useless, but it's actually very powerful when comboed with Dead of Night. If you know that you're planning on making some sort of shooter build, I probably would recommend Fade, although Conceal is still really good too. Enter Concealment once per mission. You only get one use of this per mission, whereas Fade is on a cooldown, so if you want to take advantage of Dead of Night, you have to go with Fade. And then finally over here we got Bladestorm, self-explanatory. I think you guys know about that one from vanilla gameplay. Now Dead of Night is kind of what makes the stealth ambusher shooter build really work. Gain plus 100% crit chance against enemies that do not see you. Gain plus 1 crit damage for every 20% of crit chance above 100. So this unit's ambushes from stealth are going to be incredibly strong. You're going to have like guaranteed crits and things will just die as soon as you touch them. But once you break out of stealth though, your remaining shots with your weapons will be a lot weaker. So using Fade to just regain your stealth in between attacks is very powerful. Unfortunately, if you do take this, you don't get access to Conceal, which allows you to like actually stealth and move around on the mission. This is just mostly for the Dead of Night ambush build. If you don't want to take the Dead of Night ambush build and you have a bunch of damage booster perks down here that don't involve crit, you can run for hit and run. This is a decent choice over here if you're trying to do the SMG flanker type build. Finally over here we got Whirlwind. Whirlwind's good for the sword build because the sword build, you run in, you chop something, you kill them, and now you're just standing in the open. Whirlwind lets you take a bonus move to get to safety. Very important perk for the sword build. Now Precision Shot over here is meant to combo with Dead of Night naturally. You get plus 30% crit chance and you deal 34% more damage if you crit, and that stacks with the bonus crit overcap damage. So your goal is just get as much crit chance as possible and just annihilate them in one shot with Precision Shot. A very interesting build, very interesting way to set up this build, and I think it's actually reasonably good to actually take an assault rifle and try a build like that. I'm pretty sure this is as strong as multi-shotting an enemy if you set this up correctly. The other option is Disabling Shot as well as Reaper. Now this guy's accuracy isn't particularly high, so I'm not going to be doing any shooting builds with this guy, and nor am I really going to be using sword builds with this guy. I'm actually mainly going to be focusing on stealth with this soldier, stealth and scouting, because this is a very unique soldier. The Shinobi class is the only class that gets access to Covert and Lightfoot without having to roll the extra perks down here. So it makes them probably the stealthiest unit in the entirety of Ted Jam and Beyond Legendary. And unlike the Reaper and the Bounty Hunter, they don't have to like go into stealth, then get revealed, go into stealth, get revealed, wait for cooldowns. They just stay in stealth forever until you choose to reveal them, which is really powerful. Disabling Shot. If you're not going to be doing a lot of damage with your stuff, then at the very least you want to stun your enemies. That's not a bad choice. Reaper is an option if you want to just chop things to death. And final perk over here. You got Recharge. Killing an enemy with your primary weapon reduces the cooldown of all abilities by 1. This combos in a few places. So for example, with the Fade, Dead of Night, Precision Shot combo, Precision Shot has a 4-turn cooldown and Fade has a 4-turn cooldown. So with this, you can bring it down to a 3-turn cooldown. First Strike. While concealed or flanking your target, you deal +3 damage with your SMG. It says SMG, but it can also be any other weapon. That's just how the localization works, I think. If you take your Assault Rifle, it should say your Assault Rifle right there. And then finally got Double Time for just movement. This is mostly for the stealther build if you're just going full stealth, or if you're doing Flash shenanigans. This will give you like triple movement tiles of distance. Or not triple distance, but it triples your blue move distance essentially. And you get to just destroy stuff from really far away. Since we're doing stealth, we're going to probably be taking Double Time. And this will end up being our final build with this soldier. I could replace Dead of Night with Whirlwind since I'm mostly going to be using my sword. But I kind of want to give you the option to like make your first strike hit for a bunch of damage before you go back into concealment. So that's kind of the way I'm going to be building this Shinobi over here. Now down here, this guy actually has some pretty interesting perks. We've got Slice and Dice, so we get to have a multi-slash ability. We have access to Rapid Fire. This actually does lend some credibility to taking something like First Strike. With Hit and Run and Rapid Fire, we get to shoot 3 times in 1 turn, which basically means we do 3 times 3 damage, which is 9 bonus damage for your entire combo if we set that up correctly. We've also got access to like Implacable, so you could do something where you like run up to an enemy with your SMG, triple shot them to death, and then run back to safety. That could be fun. If your accuracy was a bit higher, I might have considered it, but I really do need a stealther on the team, so I'm really mostly focusing on stealth. If I were to pick a perk for this soldier, probably going to be taking Reconnoiter. Now, I did say that pistol perks would work really well with Dead of Night, and here's the reasoning for it. Pistol perks, they tend to really shine by doing little small bits of damage, but you get to shoot them a bunch of times, right? Fanfire is a triple shot all in 1 turn. Quick Draw lets you shoot first for free, and Lightning Hands gets you another shot for free. So you can do like a 5-shot combo all at once at the cost of 40 AP points, which is quite a lot, but this guy's got high intelligence, so he could learn it if I want him to. And if we do this combo, those 5 shots powered up by Dead of Night, that is a lot of damage. Because the crit chance, right? So let's assume that we're doing like plus, let's say 3 damage worth of crit. Probably it's going to end up being a lot more when you ambush with Dead of Night. But let's say we're doing plus 3 damage worth of crit. 5 shots times 3, that's 15 bonus damage worth of crit. Things will die if you set that up. And this soldier over here, seeing as how I don't really care too much about his other perks, and he's got high combat intelligence, I'm thinking we're gonna set up a build like that. So this is all gonna cost 45 points, plus this will be 55 points. I don't really even need to have that, I just mostly need to have the pistols down here. And by the time you get to your Dead of Night, I think we should have a training center built by then, and we can give this guy the training, and he will be able to destroy boss units incredibly effectively. That should be a very good build for this soldier. Sounds good. Now we got a couple more rookies over here. This 10 mobility rookie, I'm planning on turning you into a shinobi also, so let's do that real quick. Shinobi is a great class to turn your 10 mobility soldiers into, because their mobility is so low they can't really do any other classes properly, and if they don't have good accuracy they can't even become snipers. So if you turn them into shinobis, they get like plus 3 or 4 mobility from like all the perks and level ups and stuff. Now Alex Bevaz over here, what do we do with you? I'm thinking, since you have such high mobility, we can do a shotgun ranger build, which you guys might be thinking that sounds insane, but the shotgun ranger build is really fun. So I'm gonna try going for that also. Alright, let's keep on scanning. Hopefully we can find our next mission soon. Ooh. Enemies get bonus damage. Ouch. It's gonna hurt a lot. This is about ready. I'm gonna wait till this goes from normal down to vulnerable. If you over-infiltrate a bit, it can make the mission just a little bit easier.
I was born of battle.
Oh, this one can be done though. Let's do this one.
Enemies in combat and surrender to no
Alright, assassin. I need to,
I see a shadow.
Bradford, hang up!
Commander, we currently
Bradford, don't ever pick up the phone for the Chosen ever
need
again.
to seek out new means of replenishment.
Okay, so let's go do this mission next. We've got a squad of 5 over here. This is our squad. We've got hazardous materials, but none of our squad mates will be using chemicals, so that should be just fine. The enemies will have bonus accuracy or bonus damage with Overwatch abilities, I believe. So we gotta be careful about that. But the reward for this is quite good. Engineering point of interest, so let's go for that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. We'll see you guys till next time. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Leave comments and stuff. It really helps out the channel. I really appreciate that whenever you guys do it. Until next time, have a good night. Bye-bye.